Yo, it's your Friday neighborhood turtle here, and today I will be reviewing the FV4005 as I finally marked it after a very long and painful process. Was it worth it? No. I'm never getting that time back. Very unfortunate. Will I ever play this thing again? Probably not. Not willingly anyways, but yeah, this thing was, like I said, not very fun to mark. And you'd be asking why. Well, let's go over it. So this tank, it's a 45. I think everyone knows about this thing's a dangerous gun. First of all, let's just go over the fact this thing is actually pretty good DPM. It's 3,201 DPM, which is actually really, really good. But, it's the autoloader. You have two shells, with each shell doing 650 damage, and your interclip is 4 seconds. So in 4 seconds, you're doing 1,300 damage. And to put it into perspective, your average light tank, like with 200 LT, only is about 1,800 HP. So yeah, you're ripping off at least like 2/3 of like a medium tanks or light tanks or some tanks or HP off in 4 seconds. So not really fair. This thing also has insanely good penetration. You have 307 millimeters on APCR standard, then you have 385 millimeters on the heat rounds. So even though heat got nerfed, this thing still has an insane amount of heat pen. So you're not gonna have any problem cutting for any tanks, So another thing, this thing is massive. Like, just look, this thing is massive. Like, just look in the garage, it's like covering like the whole screen. Even though this thing is pretty big, the camo actually isn't that bad. It's 58. You're thinking, oh, that's actually kind of poor. Well, actually, no, not really. I mean, like the 183. Smaller profile has worse camo. It's 43. If you look at another tank, sure, pretty bad camo. The grill. It's at 53. So 45 actually has better camo than this two tank, which is kind of silly to me, but just what we're living in. But, this thing doesn't have any armor, so it doesn't really matter. I guess it kind of balances out. When I just look at this thing, you have 14 millimeters of armor on the turret. And at most, 76 millimeters on the hull. It's a bit angled, so it's closer, probably like 100 or, maybe around there. So, you're not getting any bounces on this thing, like ever. Luckily, this thing does a small liner, so you're not going to get absolutely destroyed by people shooting HE shells at you. But they're never going to bounce you, so it doesn't really matter. You're always going to be taking damage when you poke, so just trying to be careful about that. I mean, you can now trade your opponents, but like, if you bounce them, well, we're not bouncing you back. So yeah, let's just get into it. We have the 3 games here. I have 3 marked it. Here we are on our first game on Canyon. You see here, what do we have against us? Constant 1B, E100, IS4, Sheridan, E3, and double 1E3. So not very good start. It's 2 1E3s. If we could just HE me, rip off all my HP, and that'd pretty much be my game. But we do have some healthy tanks. Like V100 has quite a bit of HP. IS4, if I'm not mistaken, still has like a decent amount of HP these days. I'm not really entirely sure because I know nothing got nerfed quite a while ago. But yeah, here we're just gonna make our way to the heavy side. We're here, maybe try and catch people crossing, like there's this little section where base C is, so you can climb up there, and you can actually have a little crossfire there. So we see the Sheridan is on top of, he's at base B. With the 183s over in the back. No one's spotted over here yet. There's the E100. I was pretty lucky not to get spotted in the crossing. So yeah, I'm able to just make on my way to like this position here, where, like I said, if someone crosses here, there's a crossfire area here, so I'm gonna shoot them. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait here for V100s, or potentially if he crosses, I'm just gonna sit here and wait. Wait patiently, there we go. He crosses, there's 731 damage into him already. And it was only with 1 shell, by the way. Just want to realize how crazy this is. This thing can do that twice. So yeah, unfortunately, no one else crosses, so I'm just gonna reload my clip at this point. Again, this thing's CGM actually isn't that bad. It's at 3200, so the clip reload isn't actually too long. It's like the WoT F1, where it has like an awful reload time of like almost 30 seconds. This thing's reload is actually pretty good. So yeah, we're already pretty much done reloading our clip here. E100's not having a great day. He's like lost all of his HP already. Poor guy's probably gonna die. We've already lost our 1E3, but it's a 1E3 player, so I'm not really expecting too much from him. Our enemy Sheridan is making our way. Probably gonna kill our Vickers. E100 is now dead. IS4 has shot. See, I'm not trying to play too aggressive because I never still 2 1E3s in the back and an E3, and if I poke, I could probably just die instantly. So we're gonna keep sitting here. 1E3 is not really on our radar at this point. IS4, there we go. Get 1 shell to him because he is over poking for whatever reason. Fortunately, I don't get a second shell out. I'm trying to see if he pokes it again. Sitting here waiting. At this point, I just switched to VHG, get 329 damage out there because I didn't you know, I'm not gonna sit here and wait any longer. So there we go. Since I cheat him, our mouse does get to clear on him, which is pretty good. So yeah, at this point, we're just gonna make our way down here, help our IS-7 over here. We have the concept and VE3 pushing our flank. So we're just gonna sit here in the crossing, hope that, you know, one of these guys either back up or push up too much. Here we go, we have the concept, there we go, aiming in, aiming. There we go, one nice max roll to him, 813. And since I tracked him, well, I was gonna say since I tracked him, that can hopefully allow me to, you know, get another shot to him, but this thing is still a derp gun, so the accuracy isn't too good, so we do miss the shot, unfortunately. But, you know, no worries. We're already up to 2400 damage, already not that bad. We're gonna turn around, have our teammates over here. Our mouse got nuked by the 183, unfortunate. See if we can see anyone else here. Nope. Oh, there is the 183. We're gonna aim in on him. There we go, get the clear on him. Our 57 heavy has died from the other 183. Now we're gonna go here. Aim in on the 183. There we go, 951 damage HE. So yeah, if you get an HE clip into someone, you're dealing 1800 damage to him. So you're pretty much full health killing a medium tank and a light tank, and some tank destroyers. So that's crazy. So yeah, we're up to 3900 damage, 1 kill, pretty good. Our mouse has died now, so now we're down to a 2v2. We have a concept and E3, and it's just me and this 116. We're both autoloader, so we can like quickly, you know, destroy one of these guys if we, you know, focus fire. So there we go. Our 116 F3, my apologies, gets a shot into the concept 1B. I get in one shot to him. He's down to 1 shot. I'm just gonna load in VHE, and boom, get a clear on him. See, the gun is like, this gun is like dangerous. Like, just absolutely destroy your opponents. Up to 4700 damage. All that's left is Z3. He's not really, you know, there's no chance he's gonna win at this point. There's 2 autoloaders on him. He's by himself. There he is. He is looking at me, but this thing is so much pen, but I'm not really gonna struggle to pen this guy. Bit of a low roll in 588. He does HE, but since I have small liner, I don't take as much damage. We go get our second shell to him. Now I'm up to 6,000 damage, and I've ripped off all of this D3's health. And now here comes our 116 to finish him off. Here we go. E3 does shoot. 116 misses his first shot, but he does give a second shot in. So there we go. Really good game. 6,000 damage, 2 kills, and victory. And that will get us our very first gun mark on this thing. Here we go. There we go. I went up almost 8% that game. Got a mastery badge, high caliber. See how many credits we got for this game. Over 100,000. There we go. Easily the top of the team. No problem whatsoever. So let's get into our second game here on Himmelsdorf. Here we go. Already have the first mark. What do we have against us? We have an E100, a 183, a Foch, a Waffle. So pretty deadly tanks over there. Assuming the E100 is running, you know, the derp gun, which probably is. What do we have? We have a VK, a 50B, a 183, a 45, obviously. So we have some pretty hard hitters as well. So yeah, I'd say kind of even here. And I'm looking to go medium flank here. Because, you know, like I said earlier, this thing's clip can pretty much just absolutely destroy, you know, the medium tanks. But not really sure what our team's doing here. I'm just kind of circulating right now. Because the thing is so big and massive that, you know, if you get caught out, you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna die pretty much. And this thing has all full reverse speed, which I haven't mentioned yet. You reverse like 10 kilometers in a sec. So if you push too aggressive, you don't have, you know, the ability to like back out of there. So that's why I didn't like commit to any side at the beginning, because I didn't want to like accidentally, like, you know, go to a position where I can't leave. So yeah, now we've, you know, committed to the medium flank. We have the Foch over here. I'm gonna aim in on him. Aiming. I gotta get 1 shell into him. I probably should have fired Ichi, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. I still got the clear on him. There we go. Goodbye, Foch. Already got the 1200 damage. Our 54E1 is dead. Medium flank. It's going alright. Well, we have the 422 here and 1321. Yeah, pretty much our entire team's here. So these guys are not gonna have a good day. Yeah, we're just gonna get steamrolled here. 422 is down to a 1 shot. 132. He's probably gonna have to start running away soon. So I see I was waiting a little bit, maybe if he made a misplay. 422 is dead. I'm just going to push up at this point. We have enemies starting to push up on our flank, though. We have the Salino and Aiming. Aim on his low plate. Get 1 shell to him. 677 roll. Helping number 183 here. And get a second shell. So the guy was full health, and now he's down to 400 HP. So he's not having a good day. Our 50B is dead, though. See, we've lost some tanks here. Have U100 pushing over here off to the side. So we're going to push up. hopefully try to avoid him. He is running the 130 millimeter, so not the derp gun, but he does have 3,000 DPM though, so still gotta be worried about him. 183 shoots the waffle. Gonna aim in. Oh, we have to Solino. Gonna just cut right through that little weak spot on him. I have so much pen, again, 370 millimeters of APCR. Yeah, just able to cut through most enemy armor. At 183, I missed somehow. I hit the little gap between his gun and his hole. Kind of annoying. We're down to a 3 versus 4, so I'm not looking too good right now. Alright, so we're down to 3v4. Not looking too good. 151 is a one-shot though, and VK is over there. So VK should hopefully be able to clear him. He's moving up to 100 though, so I'm not really sure what he's doing there. But we have decided about E100. We got one shown to him, and we're getting easily got to clear on this guy. There we go. Goodbye E100. 183 is dead now, and I'm being pushed, and See there, like I said, this thing is all for reverse, which I wasn't able to, get it away from this 183. Now with the VK, who for some reason never bothered to kill this 132. See, I was quite pissed about that, because, this game could have been a win quite easily, honestly. Because all this guy really had to do was just kill 132 so he could, focus on helping me in the 183. But unfortunately, he's kind of an idiot, so you see here he bounced the 183. So, yeah, just waiting on him to die. I got 3 kills and 4k damage, though, so I was actually able to get my second mark despite this kind of tragic game here towards the end. But, can't really complain too much because at least for gun working, it doesn't take into account if you win or lose a game. It only takes account your personal performance. There we go. I went up 2% of the mark, got achieved the second one. Top of the team, wasn't too happy with his VK. Yeah, he's not the best player in the world, but not much you can really do. So here we go, our final game here on Desert Sands to get our third mark. We have a platoon here. Our platoon is double Sheridan's. Their platoon is a 268 in the minnow. 2 very cringe platoons, I have to say. Sheridan's obviously really rat, and the V4 and the minnow have a lot of armor now, and they're pretty deadly tanks after all the equipment changes. So we have our concept, a Yo, and an E5. So yeah, see, we actually have quite a stacked lineup. We have the BZ75, Kron, Sheridan, Vickers, Batchat. So yeah, both our lineups are quite stacked here. So it should be an interesting game here. See here, we're going to the medium flank. So just gonna sit back on the train rails, see if I can, help out our medium tanks, clip out someone. Here we have the Batchat. See if we can get a shield to him. We have activated our reticle Cali. Reticle Cali, if you don't know, gives you a lot better accuracy, which is kind of stupid. This thing does get it. See there, allows us to easily get a shield to this Sheridan. Now we're going to show him to his Batchat. So I'm already up to 1,300 damage. So yeah, if those guys aren't having, we're not having fun here. Our whole team's over here. We're going to steamroll them. Our RHM, I'm not really sure what he was doing down there. So yeah, he's gone. Alright, we're just going to make our way to medium flank. Yeah, we're about to just steamroll over these guys here in the dunes. So Vickers, yeah, he's going to start running before he dies. Sheridan already died. Alright, goodbye Vickers. He's not having a good day. We have, their other tanks, the heavies and tank shorts are from the heavy side. So yeah, this one we just have to kind of wait a little bit. So like I said, if you play too aggressive in the tank, you expose yourself. You don't have the reverse speed or the armor to actually back out of a situation. So I'm just trying to, play smart here. See if there's any opening, wait for the enemy to make a mistake here. Trying to see if I can get a shot on the Batchat. Our E5 did die, unfortunately. I'll wait for Sheridan over here in the flank. I'm going to try and see if I can get any shots on these guys. We have the Kron over here. We're going to overpoke a little bit here. Get one shot of a Kron. So we can get another shot to him. And I get very lucky there. You see there was a tiny little slither of gray there on the Kron turret that I could actually pen. And I was very lucky to hit that. So good thing is the Kron is now down to one shot now. So just got to load an HE and just, kill him later. Up to 2,500. No kills yet, but still a lot of time left, and pretty much almost everyone who's left in this game is full HP. So there's still a lot of damage up for grabs here. So we're going to see here if we can get a show in Tuke State through this little gap on the bridge, aiming in. Unfortunately, yeah, the shell hits this little pole thing. I overpoke, get shot by the minnow. I get shot again by the minnow, and my shell hits this track, and then I got shot by the Batchat. So see there, like I said, if you over-aggress, you're going to get punished. And see there, I got absolutely nuked by the 2 autoloaders. So already down all my HP, so I can't really play aggressive anymore. That BZ can one-shot me, that V4 can one-shot me, and the last three tanks for team are all autoloaders, so they can just, you know, dump their clip into me, so I'm pretty vulnerable now. But, good thing is, the 45 actually is pretty decent mobility, and like I said, the camo isn't as bad as people think it is, so I can just sit in this bush here, and remain undetected, and just wait for one of these guys to make a potential misplay. Seeing here, shoot a cron, nope. Now we see here, we have the V4 in the bat chat. I'm gonna get one shot in the bat chat. He's down to one shot now. Because of that, Sheridan does clear him. Now I brought the V4 down to one shot. See there, the deadly clip doing its thing. I helped kill the bat chat. Now this V4 is compromised now. So now I'm just waiting here, you know, with the BZ. Again, I'm trying to see if any of you guys make another misplay. But I doubt it now since I've already nuked two of our teammates who had poked. So I doubt anyone else tries to make the play. So yeah, this game, yeah, it's starting to look like win. And none of enemy is healthy left. Well, we're not healthy anymore, so I'm just going to make my way over to them. Ario does die, so evening it out a bit, but again, we have the HP advantage. So yeah, we're just going to make our way here. So here, the tank is decent mobility. It's top speed of 40, so yeah, tank is decently mobile. You do have super speed boost, which you can run. Personally, I just run double repair kit and run Cali because, like I said, the thing is no armor. And, you know, modules can easily get destroyed in this tank. So yeah, there we go. I clear the minnow. Now all that's left is a one-shot Kron, V4, and a BZ. So yeah, we're just going to make quick work of these guys. Waiting, there we go. Kron is dead now. I'm reloading my clip. The V4. Teammates pushing up. Just sitting and waiting, just watching at this point. There we go. Oh, Sharon does die. Our contact gets clear on him, and now all that's left is this BZ-75. And I was hoping to get at least one more shell into him, but our teammate does get the clear on him. So yeah, it's 4,000 damage and only one kill. But luckily for me, that was actually enough to 3-mark this tank. I was actually quite worried that I didn't get like enough kills that game. So yeah, I barely pushed up that 95% mark. Well, like I said, I was not having a good time 3-marking this tank. I had this like really awkward stage where I would reach 90% and then have like 2 bad games, which would drop me down to 85%. And I went through that process like maybe like 3 times while trying to get this into 3 marks, so not very fun. Actually, if you're curious, it took me 192 games to 3-mark this tank. Which compares into a TVP, which only took me about 50 games to 3 marks. So yeah, this thing, not very enjoyable. I'm actually surprised my win rate actually went up while 3-marking, because I felt like every game felt like a loss, because I was only getting like maybe 2,700 and like no kills. So this thing is actually quite difficult to 3-mark, I must say, because like just the nature of this tank, you're not really going to be getting kills. You're going to be wanting, you know, shoot high HP targets to bring them down to HP. And you're a tank, sure, you can't really spot people. Not really going to play aggressive to, you know, go cap base, get spots out. So just the way this thing is, you know, designed, how you're supposed to play, it's kind of difficult to actually give the XP to 3-mark this thing. So definitely a challenge. This thing does have a high skill ceiling, so you do need pretty good to actually do well in this tank, but honestly, this thing is actually pretty good if it does work. It's like 1E3. It's a more reliable 1E3, let's say that. So yeah, that's the 4005. Good tank, you know, extremely dangerous gun, and really overpowered if you know how to use it.